Everybody, Miss Liemer-Kelly here. I'm here to do a quick tutorial with you on some surrealism in Photoshop. You're going to need to go to Photopea and open that up so we can get started. You can walk through this. I will have two landscapes on the tutorial that you can work with, and what I would suggest is you can go to a website called unsplash.com, and it's a free photo website where you can go and get images that you might prefer to use. We're going to try to create something that's surreal. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to be creating something similar to this, whereas the landscape creates almost a wall. We're going to go to File. I'm going to start brand new, File, and I'm going to do actually, I'm going to do open because that's the way you open up a new file here. And I already have this on my desktop. Yours, you can get down from your desktop, or you can have it online and drag it and drop it in, however it is for you. So I have this landscape here. First thing I want to do is I want to make a copy of this background layer. So I'm going to go up to the word layer. I'm going to duplicate layer. And now I'm going to do the following. The first thing I'm going to do is go to Edit, Transform, and I'm going to flip this image on top horizontal. And the next thing I do is I go to Edit, Transform, and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise. That means that the arrow is going towards your right. So once you have these two images like this, you notice there's a weird overlapping here. We're going to go to our Move tool, and we're going to make sure that this corner down here is aligned with this corner here at the bottom of the document. So I'm going to take this, and notice I had to lift it up to get to that corner. So if you don't do that, it's not going to work. You know that it works when you have those corners. If you notice in Photopea, it shows you those red marks, and that's when you know you have corner to corner. So I'm going to turn my background layer off temporarily because I want you to see what I do with my lasso tool. So the lasso tool we're going to use, we're not using the lasso select, we're using the polygonal lasso tool. And I'm going to start at the corner down here. You can see it has crosshairs, so I'm just going to put that on my crosshairs. And I'm going to go a little bit past this corner on a diagonal above. This is important. Don't stay right on the document. Go a little bit beyond the document. Click. And then the rest of it is just kind of free form. It doesn't have to be exact until you actually get back to this moment here, creating your lasso. Okay. Now you can bring back your background layer. And what you're going to do is on your layer 1 or your top layer, you're going to create a layer mask. And it's as simple as that. So now you have that. So what the next step, a couple of these, and then pick the one that works best for you. And then I want you to bring something surreal in, but you want it to look real. Like you could bring in a fire-breathing dragon. You could bring in somebody trapped inside bubbles. I'll show you a way to make bubbles that's very easy and fast. I'm going to go to a new layer. You can just go with this one if you want to do that. I'm going to go to an ellipse. I'm going to hold down Shift so that my bubbles are round. I'm going to make one big bubble. I'll go to my gradient tool. Let's go to our second one, which is white to transparent. Make sure you're in radio. I'm going to leave this one in normal for now. And let's see, we'll bring the opacity like halfway. And then you're going to now click. I can click outwards to do this, or I could do it the other way around. Click inwards. So depending on where you want the shine of your bubble to be. And then I'm going to switch to the rainbow one. And you can change this. You can change your normal, your tools up here. I can change it to, I'm going to change it to soft light. And I'm going to do that. And you can see that you have this going on here. I'm going to undo it. It's a little bit too harsh for me. I'm going to bring the opacity down on the tool. Remember, this is all in the same layer right now. So I'm playing with the tool. I'm not playing with the layer opacity. And now I'm going to go and do that. And that's a better bubble for me. A bubble should be transparent. You can also, while you have this going, you can go up to your filter and you can play around with, it's in render here, some lens flare. And those who are photographer understand lens flare. I'm going to bring it all the way up. And they have different lenses here to play around with. You know, you can see when I turn the preview on and off, it's very light, the lens flare. You can change the position where it is. You can see it's moving in my bubble as I'm changing the XY axis. And then when you're happy with what you got going, you just hit OK. So an easy way to make a whole bunch of bubbles here is you can either copy and paste and do it on lots of layers, or you can go to your Move tool, hold down Option, and you can just drag. And then you could transform each and every one of those bubbles, making it really quick to redo. So I'm going to I'll just do a free transform. And I'm going to turn it so it doesn't look like the same exact bubble. And I'm also going to hold down Shift and change the size of it. So you can do a whole bunch of bubbles in the background. You can have things trapped in the bubbles. And the idea is to do this fun background and then to do something strange to it. You could have something popping out of the water. What I'm looking for, though, is seamless Photoshop. Okay, so that's our project for this week. We're supposed to have a Google Meet tomorrow. If you're up for it, it is at 2 o'clock from 2 to 2:30. And if you have any questions about not Photoshop, Photopea, or anything else that's going on, or you just want to say hi, I miss everybody. This has been the strangest year ever. So I'm going to stop this now. I'll load this up for you, and I will, ooh, not that. wrong blue icon. All right, let's just quit this. And we're good to go.